Testing, testing. Okay, there we go. What's going on, everyone? Wait for everyone to get in here. We got a whole lot of shocking news, man. Really. We're talking about Hong Kong, which I think is about to be it's a freaking powder keg, man. With what's happening right now with Hong Kong, I don't know that, well, just wait. I'll tell you all about it. Welcome, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving, of course. And happy day, man. Beautiful day. Another day, another freaking chance. That's what every day is a gift, man. Wait for, I gotta shout this out on Instagram here. And also, by the way, yeah, this is very interesting the way they're, with Trump's latest announcement, it's very telling, like something strange is going on. And it's not what people may think. Welcome, welcome. I'm sure we may see our dear friend on here. Shout out to Chris James, preemptively. Sure we'll be hearing from him momentarily. Welcome also, whatchamacallit, where's Lloyd? Lloyd, let me know if you're on, man. All right, no one's on yet. Actually, I'm still talking to no one. Well. Is this working? Yeah, and now the VPN's off, so that won't drop any frames. Welcome. Usually it takes like 5 minutes before it notifies everyone. It's a funny thing. Rumble has like a delayed, it's like a delayed notification. It's not like Instagram where you go live and then boom, everyone joins. Boom, bang, bang. Shout out to Butterdog, man. Butter, if you're on here, comment below, man. Comment below if you're a Butterdog and you're watching. There we go. Yeah, this is crazy, man. I did not expect this. Like it's a, you know, every once in a while there's kind of a stir, but it's not a stir. I mean, like something that shakes things up that you didn't expect per se. What's up, dude? Chris James. Yo, I'm freaking psychic. Chris, at the beginning of the live, before you were on, before anyone was watching the live, I said, shout out to Chris James preemptively. I expect to see Chris James on here. And you are the first person to comment. Dude, that is impeccable, man. Swing, dude, swing. What's going on, man? I freaking was looking for you yesterday on my live. Dude, this is crazy, man. We have crazy, shocking breaking news out of China and out of the US. I mean, Chris, wait until you hear this unpacked, and you as well, Swing. Welcome, everyone. So I presume everyone watching has a Rumble account because you came to the live from the notification. I think there's still a lot of people who are watching that have never commented, but they enjoy perhaps the live. Yeah, I know. How about that, Chris? But Chris, you know what they call that? They call that a breadcrumb. A synchronicity is a breadcrumb that you're on the right path. It's like Swing when he goes to, let's say, one of his, you know, job sites, or perhaps he's driving. I was going to make a joke, like if you found like a certain amount of screws or whatever, but divinity, you know, when you synchronicities, you guys probably get them all the time. It's a sign you're on the right path. Where am I posting this link? Right here. Hold on. Boom, bang, bing. I can't believe TikTok let me make those videos on their feed, because I kind of said like China, it's got something going on with it. Hold on. Shout out to Sheldon. Yeah, how are the buildings not collapsed? Yeah, good question, man. Good question. Okay, let me just post that to the, yeah, that's where it is. Instagram changed its freaking update, man. They always update. Live on Rumble now. Here we go. Okay. Shout out to Dark Fox. Nice to have chat in the background while working in the studio. Shout out to Illusory Usury. Interesting name. What studio? Explain to me your job description now. Just kidding. But anyway, so guys, get this. This is the weirdest thing I've ever heard. So we have the shooting that happened in Washington, D.C., okay? And believe me, ever since what happened to Alex Jones, yeah, it's just swing. I think it was given up a long time ago. You probably do too. But yes. So get this. We have the shooting that happened in DC. The reaction to that is Trump saying, and this is so bizarre, you have to tell me what the hell you guys think about it, because to me, this just does not make sense. He says that they are going to permanently pause, this is his words, permanently pause immigration from all third world countries to the US. Permanently pause. Think about that for a second. You don't permanently pause. Permanently pause makes no sense. It's a faguji. It doesn't make sense. So here's what I see. I think that they plan on ramping up the immigration. I don't think they're planning on lowering immigration at all. And so right now, though, everyone's going, oh, sweet. Like if you're just a normal person who bought the story, that was a genuine. And what I was going to say about Alex Jones is that we all learned our lesson, I think, from Alex Jones as to what happened to him when he said the one thing about that one shooting. Like, you don't say that, right? You can get in big doo-doo. But here's the strange thing. If you're a normal person, you just hear the story, you're like, okay, so like an illegal, but a guy who worked for the CIA, that was confirmed. Like the mainstream even says, like, yes, he worked for the CIA. He was an asset. So he was like an Afghani or Pakistani man who fought for the American intelligence agencies. That's what he was. And so the strange part, other than all of that, is that, you know, we have he does the shooting, the response, which seems like logical, like in your head, you'd go like, yeah, like, okay, sure, ban, like stop immigration for a bit. Like everyone's been asking for that anyway. But the strange thing is that he said permanently pause. Like it doesn't make sense. So I don't know the angle per se as to like what's going to happen, other than people are going to be, probably a number of people will be disappointed when immigration is not paused, because I can't imagine all of a sudden, like my understanding is that there's like a bit of an agenda with like mass immigration. And I don't know that they would throw that agenda to the wayward wolves because of this situation. I think that him saying permanently pause is to like appease a lot of people who otherwise would say, what the hell are we doing? Like this is getting out of hand. You know what I mean? So that's what I think. Now, side note, because it is actually Chalk Friday now, not Black Friday, it's Chalk Friday. I want to let you guys know before we get into the Mr. Beast stuff, which is shocking, we are doing the biggest, most insane discount and deal today that we've done in the last 6 years. So listen to how this one freaking works. If you go to, I'm going to post the link in the chat, 60% off your subscription for life. This is the time to get locked into the best deal Chalk's ever freaking done. 60% off for life on any subscription or bundle using the code 60life at chalk.com. 60life. I'm going to copy that so I can repaste it in a minute. Any subscription or bundle at chalk.com, you apply that discount, you get 60% off for life and a free $100 bag of the organic heirloom chocolate powder, the organic heirloom cacao. Free freaking lit with all new orders and 60% off for life, which you can, of course, cancel or modify your subscription at any time. Though, keep in mind, a lot of the clinically studied benefits are based on consistent consumption over 90 days. So you do want to get a consistent dose. With that being said, 60 freaking flipping dipping percent off for life, cancel or modify at any time, and a free bag of lit. Dude, this is the chance to get a performance stack, a max stack, a freaking triple Chad mode. Bro, you could get 3 Chad modes with 60 life for the price of one Chad mode and get a free $100 bag of the chocolate powder. Get some, stock the freaking heck up, man. That 60 life code, Chalk has not done in 4 years. So this is huge. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention is that, whatchamacallit, of course, if you're new here, you're like, so wait, what is like at Chalk that you would like get? Well, for one, the Chad mode you got to try because it has organic blue spirulina and organic caffeine in it, cold water extracted from green coffee beans. Super energizing and detoxing. So it supports healthy detoxification. You feel like $1 million when you're drinking it. And on top of that, let's just say blue spirulina is trending right now because it's a binder. It's one of the most powerful binders, they say, in the natural world. And it's going, like, it's getting freaking popular right now. So you should probably get it before they like try to ban it or something. I don't know. You know how they try to do that stuff sometimes, those buggers, man. Let me just move that. Boom, bang, bing. Okay. Now, the male and female stack is the ultimate combo because of the fact that it both contain shilajit. The male and female stack have the shilajit, and they also have the ashwagandha, which is clinically studied to massively boost melatonin. You get 1,000 times better sleep while you're taking it, and it's a hormone optimizer, and it's considered to be one of the top superfoods in the natural world. So you will freaking love the ashwagandha. That's why it's in the male and female stack. 60% off for life with that code and chalk.com. Now, listen to this. And that is first come, first serve, by the way. So quick. Listen to this. Mr. Beast. Okay, we talked about it before, but you do have to be careful about talking about this sort of thing. Mr. Beast, okay, as we mentioned, like you're not really gonna go that viral unless something's going on in the department of making a deal with like YouTube or a record agency or whatever. I know that you guys know like shit's not really organic in the entertainment industry. Like you're not going to per se get on the trending tab on YouTube every single day unless there's a bit of a deal that you made. Like that's just kind of how it is. You know, obviously something may have happened. Some sort of deal was made. Now, the crazy part is apparently the same people, Kai Cenat and a couple other like famous people, they are partnered with a Disney, an organization that is connected to Disney. That's a talent agency. So the word on the street is that Mr. Beast is that viral and famous because he's like basically connected to Disney and is working with people who work with Disney. So the implications of that are that it's not some organic, cool come up. Like I'm sure at the beginning of his videos, like some of these celebrities, I think they may have been like born and bred for that role and stuff. Same with like certain super politicians and everything. But I think that he actually organically rose. But then was corrupted, surely. So I don't think Mr. Beast, because people like Beast, like Mark of the Beast. I could be wrong, but I don't think that he I don't think that they got him that early on. But I could be wrong. But I just think like he did seem to have an organic come up and then was corrupted, you know. Now you may be thinking, well, what's the agenda? Like, what do they do? Well, it's this. They don't want someone to have as much influence as like the Beatles did, right? Like this is when they realized, damn, we got to be careful with who we let get famous. Because if you have someone get extremely famous and they, speak out against a conflict, like that's what they were pissed off about during the Vietnam War was, Led Zeppelin and stuff making anti-war songs. Like that pissed them off. And apparently after that album, War Pigs, they never made a song anti-war or like something like that ever again. So, I forgot the other element of the deal. Dude, it's free lit and free 7 Wonders with any stack. The 7 Wonders is the adaptogenic mushroom blend. So it has a turkey tail, chaga, cordyceps, oyster, reishi, maitake, mushroom, all in one in the 7 Wonders. And that's free in addition to the lit, if you get a male or female stack with the coupon code 60life. So, dude, I can't believe I forgot that. Kevin Hayes, shout out to, dude, Kevin Hayes is one of the most OG, like, that is one username that I will remember. Like, dude, he's been around. Kevin Hayes, how long have you been freaking following, dude? Like 10 years? I swear I've seen his username a million times. Shout out to Kevin Hayes, man. And not even on this live, really. I haven't really seen Kevin on the lives before. But I know maybe Kevin Hayes is actually a pretty popular name, actually. So maybe you're not the real Kevin Hayes. But you're like, what, man? I'm real. But anyways, yeah, the adaptogenic mushroom and the lit powder. If you get a male or female or performance stack, dude, you could get a max performance stack with that discount code 60life and pay the same price as like if you were getting a single bottle of Shilajit. It's freaking insane. So shout out to Chalk for doing one of the best, amazing, most discounts I've ever seen in my life. And since we've been doing Chalk, that's one of the biggest discounts they've ever done. So shout out to Chalk, man. Yeah, shout out to Kevin. So, dude, Mr. Beast is signed with a talent agency that's basically signed with Disney. That is, you know, they like do deals, right? So I think what they do is that they get you so that you're kind of like under their whim, like you can't. Because picture this, Mr. Beast with his bajillion followers. Imagine he makes a video like about like Palestine or something. Like that could change, that would change like a lot. Like he could organize the biggest protest in world history by pressing a single button on his freaking channel. You don't think they want to control that guy? No shit. So it's just crazy. Now, he is signing with the Rockefeller Foundation. He is signing with the Rockefeller Foundation. And that's why Swing said, what did he say? I saw what Swing said, but he's now partnered with the Rockefeller Foundation as like philanthropy. Dude, military is flushing out the lower level now. Enjoy the show. Military, you say. Kevin, what do you mean? Like he just said military, you say, like he wasn't like not researching. What do you mean? Shout out to Lancey, dude. Shout out to Lancey all the way from Great Britain, dude, where they had a huge protest a little while ago. Shout out to Lancey, man. Were you at the protest? And Julia said, you have no idea, Julia, how many freaking times I say the name Julia per day. I meant to say that the future presidents can change the immigration laws. Yes, of course. Yeah. Oh, in other words, like he could cancel immigration, but then it'd be, yeah, that's true. I just don't think they're done with immigration, man. From what I heard, like they're just barely getting started. You know, they're barely getting started, apparently, with the immigration that they want. The numbers, you know, they want more, a lot more, apparently. Now, not that there's anything wrong with that, of course, but I think that they're just appeasing them. But anyway, back to Mr. Beast. So, dude, the guy freaking goes, signs with Rockefeller, which is shocking because, as we know, Rockefeller is like one of the people in the club that we're not in, right? Isn't that like the whole central banking system was freaking, I mean, you know what I mean? So anyways, it's shocking. Now, the other crazy part is I don't even know what that's going to look like because realistically, if Rockefeller was interested in like philanthropic, what's the plural? Like philanthropic, let's just say philanthropy. If he was really interested in philanthropy, he could like right now do like about 1 billion different things that would immediately make okay, here's your philanthropy for you. Okay, here's your Swing. You're going to like this. I like boiling things down to be like super simple and obvious so that everyone knows there's a scam going on. Here's your philanthropy. Your philanthropy is, if you want to be philanthropic, unban all the free energy devices that you guys have been censoring and keeping from the public for over 100 years or more. Maybe they found free energy shit in like the Mayan pyramid and they got rid of that. Like it could be even longer, you know. So do that, and there's your philanthropy. Anything short of that is just fake and makes it seem like they're doing something that's good or helpful, but they're not. You know what I mean? So that's my thinking, is that it's a total scam. So I don't believe in any of this philanthropy bullshit. Now, the other thing is that Mr. Beast, his top guy, okay, his top guy was Chris Tyson. Chris Tyson, as you know, changed teams, we'll say. And many people wonder if that is a total psyop inside job, like they made him do that. Hold on a sec. You know what I mean? Like, okay, let me just ask you this. What are the odds, and ChatGPT didn't like one of these questions the other day. What are the odds that Mr. Beast's top guy, like the odds of a man who's fully grown with a wife and kids becoming transgender, I think is pretty freaking low. Like it's got to be like in the billions of chances, like extremely low odds, right? Usually it's younger people. Usually it's like teens who do that, right? So what are the odds Mr. Beast, his top guy, when their audience is mostly children, yeah, what are the odds that his top guy becomes transgender, especially the one who has a wife and kids, and their audience is all kids? Like, you see why people are wondering. So I wonder myself, but my point is that I don't know, I guess someone would be like happy to think that like, oh, like Mr. Beast now is like partnered with this good organization. But apparently my dad told me that when he is growing up and he wanted to like his mom would always say, so my grandma would always say, when they wasted something or they spent money on something or something broke, she'd say, what do you think, we're Rockefeller? Like it was a household name, like Rockefeller's just the richest fucking dude. Like we're not Rockefeller, like we can't afford that, you know? So it's known that Rockefeller is a rich dude, but how did he do it? I mean, it was kind of from like pillaging and stuff. It wasn't like he was a humble like herb merchant, you know? I mean, fuck. So anyways, very interesting. And on top of that is the fact that what have they even done? What has Rockefeller done with his philanthropy? Like, does anyone have clean water because of him? Last I checked, at least Mr. Beast did seemingly like bring water to a bunch of villages in Africa. Like, okay. But I will say there's a bit of a thing about always like helping Africa when it's like, I get it, but when someone like adopts a fucking dog from like Brazil, it's like, dude, there's a million dogs here that also need to be assisted. And furthermore, further to that is the fact that apparently, according to statistics, there's like a shitload of wells in Africa right now that like Westerners, you know, organized or dug or whatever, that are just not maintained. And they're just like, you know, not able to be used because they let it, I don't know what they did to it, let it get fucking clogged or something. So I don't know, but all I know is apparently, did you guys see that video? I don't know what kind of, like what part of Africa they're from, but there's an African podcaster who said to his like Ugandan guests, and he said, what is the Ugandan word for maintenance? And it doesn't exist. So for whatever reason, yeah, anyway, I don't know if you guys heard about that, but my point though is that at least Mr. Beast actually did something like, okay, now there's like a bunch of villages that have clean water because he went there and drilled the well. Well, that's great. But I do think also like philanthropy, I mean, what about our own water here? Like our water sucks. Like it has all these chemicals in it. It's totally toxic. Like, yes, you can drink it, but bloom where you're planted, man. Our own water is frigged up over here. But I know, I guess it's kind of tone deaf. Like if someone is, you know, literally dying of thirst right now and we have water, it's kind of, you know, but fuck. I mean, at what point do we need to help every single country in the world before we help our own? I mean, it's just kind of, you know, makes me wonder. But anyways, so don't expect anything good to happen from that philanthropic connection there. Just it's not gonna. I don't know that that's in the cards. I think it's a total scheme for sure. Um, yeah. And again, though, think about how much you would actually be. Think about how much of a difference you'd actually make if you had billions of dollars and you spent it on something cool. Or picture this: picture the best thing they could possibly do that would change the whole world overnight is get rid of those frickin' they call them black shelved. They black shelved the patents. So when someone makes a patent for a magnet energy generating machine, they black shelve it. They put it in a box and close the frickin' and lock the frickin' box and put the key in. That's what they do. So if they could just stop doing that, that would be freaking great. The other thing that's shocking. Oh, get this. So I actually understand now why they would say this, but so I made a post about the tree they cut down, the tree that these African guys were cutting down, and on the video that I was talking about in my video, they say it is captioned as like Bushmen, like Ugandan Bushmen, do something or other to the thing, right? And some guy comments and he's like, why'd you call them Bushmen? Like, is men not enough? And I'm thinking, what the hell what's wrong with saying Bushmen? Then I look it up. Apparently, Bushmen actually is like not inappropriate, could be seen as offensive. It's like an old word for like it translates in this other language to like people who don't have livestock is what a bushman was, right? Who just is like a forager. But anyway, so some guy comments says, why did you say bushmen? Was men not enough? And that was on TikTok. And it got 800 likes. And the top comment was like, well, I'll tell you exactly what the freaking top comment was. The top comment was, why did you call them bushmen? Was men insufficient? And then the top comment to it, yeah, I thought that was distasteful, but what do you expect? They don't know better. But then a bunch of Africans started commenting and said, dude, he used the correct term. Bushmen are a specific group in sub-Saharan Africa, Namibia and South Africa, the Kalahari Desert to be specific, and that was a forest. So anyway, it was just funny. This guy like thought I was, I guess, like racistly referring to these guys cutting down a tree as bushmen. It was like offensively. It was just stupid. Anyways, hold on a second. Let me quickly, hold on a sec. Boom, bang, bingity. Dude, shout out to Butter. Shout out to Seat. And let me just quickly shout out the live on Instagram again. Hold on. Hong Kong. We still have to talk about Hong Kong. Why did I say that with an accent? I don't know. Let me see. Oh, Trump. Breaking. Trump to deport all immigrants. that's not gonna happen, man. Let's see if this gets I'm sure someone would click. If you got a notification saying that Trump was going to deport all immigrants, like you probably would click it, right? That's the whole idea. Exactly. Swing, I know a Ricardo, man. Yes, Butter, exactly. I'm about to run through the whole thing, Butter. Hold on. Yeah. No shit, Cliff Diver. Welcome, everyone. So, breaking news. If you are an immigrant, even a legal immigrant, so you legally came to the U.S., they're now, within the next 3 months, going to get a massive fleet of ships and send every single immigrant back home. That's what Trump just announced. Some are freaking out, thinking this is so shocking and bad. Others are celebrating. It's crazy. Now, we're doing a deep dive on what happened with the thing that happened the other day there in, Washington, D.C., and Trump's response to it. And there's an angle no one else is talking about. Look what Shane said. Yo, shout out to Shane, man. Cool name, dude, except you missed the Y in there. Okay, listen, though. As you can imagine, this is kind of like sensitive, right? Like it's a bit, I don't want to full illegal or illegal. They're all going back apparently, dude. But listen, we are live on Rumble right now talking about this and covering what just happened in Hong Kong because China is about to overthrow their government. Basically, there's about to be a revolution in China that the Western media is not talking about at all. It's freaking insane. And I want you guys to hear about it, but we're not going to discuss it on here. So if you want to come watch, we are live on Rumble right now. Free speech, free to download, and free to watch. It's at the link in my bio. Come there because you got to hear what's happening in China and this freaking Trump thing. And also what happened with the, there's this interesting piece of information they don't mention about what happened in Washington, D.C., and it's freaking crazy. So come on over to Rumble and come on over to Rumble. It's at the link in my bio. There's already, 50 people on, 30 people on. Come on over to Rumble, all right? You'll be shocked. I'll see you there. Could you imagine if he actually just deported all immigrants? Oh my gosh. Like legal and illegal. Some guy commented, legal? Like, I'm legal though. I'm like, dude, doesn't matter, man. Like, yo, shout out to Dan Rough Gaming, dude. Shout out to Dan. Okay, guys, so listen to this. So let me just walk you through a shocking situation. You have Washington, D.C., where dude, he worked with the CIA. He was an operative, kind of like Osama bin Laden. Did you know that Osama bin Laden also worked with, was a CIA asset? Did you know that? So Obama, we could talk about him too, and Michelle as well, but we'll save that in a moment. This shooting occurs, and a service member, 2 of them were shot. Trump's response, and I was half kidding on Instagram, by the way, guys, like he is permanently pausing immigration from all third world countries, he says. What is suspect or suspicious to me is that you can't permanently pause doesn't make sense, right? That's not a thing. It's like you pause or you start. You don't permanently pause. So the fact that he used that wording is just like strange. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's meant to appease people who are floored that happened and that it was like an immigrant who did it, right? But I'm wondering the angle myself because I don't think there's a chance in pretty much hell that they're going to stop immigration to the US. Like there's a big reason why that immigration is such a hot topic and why they want so many more to come in. Like it's a serious agenda. I don't think they're just going to, pipe it down and stop it. So my point is, we're going to see what comes of this. But so far, he announced a permanent pause. And to some people, I would say, don't get your hopes up. To other people, I would say, don't worry. It's not going to happen if you're worried about there not being mass immigration continuing, basically. Now, what's going on in China right now is absolutely insane. So listen to this. In China, they have just had something shocking happen. So Hong Kong, if you didn't know, is not quite a part of China. It's a bit of a different jurisdiction. They have different money. They speak a different language. It's kind of like Northern Ireland and Ireland. They're on the same island. And yet hold on a sec. And but they're different countries. And I'll tell you about that in 2 seconds. What I wanted to mention first, because this is actually shocking, they just found out that in basically all carbonated canned beverages, there's an illegal amount. You know how Ziploc got sued? You know how Ziploc is in a class action lawsuit because 1 billion microplastics end up in your food if you use them, and it's above an amount that they say is literally at risk for like causing schmancer and all these horrible situations. Cans have the same problem, and they're about to get a class action. Who are you going to sue? The can? I mean, we're going to find out. So I wanted to mention, because it is Chalk Friday now, Chalk is pulling out all the stops and giving away more free stuff and a bigger discount than I've ever seen in the last 4 or 5 years. So listen to this. Free $100 bags of chocolate powder they're giving away, organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia that massively stimulates stem cell production and also, it supports stem cell production, I should say. Also, it's extremely detoxing. It's believed to support your pineal gland function, and it's freaking delicious. So they're giving away free bags of chocolate powder, and they're also giving away not the Chad mode, but a 7 Wonders, which is an adaptogenic mushroom blend. It's a superfood. It has chaga, which has the highest antioxidant content in the natural world. It's super good for your hormones and your brain function. And that's free as well. And you get a massive discount. So look at this. It's first come, first serve. Check out the site. Even if you think you don't want a superfood, go to chalk.com right now because there is a million amazing articles on the site. Chalk ships out of Georgia and is based in Texas with an all-American customer service team. The way the deal works is this. That coupon code right there is a 60% off lifetime discount. So if you've seen the hot water purified Shilajit, the Chad mode, which has organic blue spirulina that's super detoxing and delicious, the Action 2.0, which is the best heart health supplement at chalk.com with a whole bunch of superfoods, including rhodiola rosea in here, which is revered as like another version of Shilajit in Russia. They love this stuff. Rhodiola, it's an adaptogen. It's freaking amazing. If you go to chalk.com and you add any supplement or bundle to your cart and you apply the code 60life, you get a lifetime 60% off discount. This is the time of year to lock in a freaking insane discount. Some people are on like a 10% off discount. They're about to find out we're doing 60% off for life. This is the chance to be able to get a full-blown max performance stack, which is 2 Chad modes, 2 Tomcats, and an Action 2.0 for the price of like a single bottle of Shilajit normally. This is absolutely insane. If you get any stack, male or female or performance or max stack, max performance stack, you get a $100 bag of chocolate powder free, which will become your morning and afternoon and night beverage. You will absolutely love it. And you get a free $60 bottle of the Chalk 7 Wonders if you get a stack. So that's $150 worth of freebies and 60% off for life right now if you go to chalk.com and use that discount code. Get a male or female stack, because when you start taking the Shilajit and you actually feel the vitality restoring your vessel, this is the best $1 to $2 a day you'll have ever spent. When I first started taking superfoods, I will say, when I first started taking the minerals, the chalk minerals, and the Shilajit, I had something shocking happen to me that I kind of thought was like a one-off, but apparently this is a phenomenon. Your pineal gland, the same way fluoride hardens your teeth, it hardens your pineal gland. And if you are decalcifying your pineal gland and boosting its function, then that means that the hard crystallization of this calcium deposit, this fluoride deposit, breaks down as the pineal gland starts functioning again. Dude, I was laying in bed silently and I heard a sound. This wasn't like a hallucination, okay? And I don't smoke anything, I don't drink anything, so I was just totally sober, normal. And I heard a sound that emanated from the middle of my head. So it came from inside. This already sounds bad. I heard voices in my head. No. I fucking heard like a crack, like a crackle, like a in my head. So I'm like, dude, what the hell? And I immediately thought, I guess I psychically knew, like, dude, is that my pineal gland decalcifying? And sure enough, I Google it. Apparently, it is a legit phenomenon. If you quickly, like, I guess if you take like years to decalcify and you like slow roll, slow putter, slowly decalcify, like you wouldn't hear anything. But dude, I guess I ramped up the decalcify freaking scenario. And dude, I'm talking, I heard a crackle in the middle of my freaking head. And it was my pineal gland decalcifying. So then what happens if your pineal gland is decalcified? Well, no big deal. You remember all of your dreams. You are much more psychic. You have enhanced intuition. Dude, it's everything you can freaking imagine. It's you're restoring your vessel to its designed, what's the word? To its designed kind of, to the way it's supposed to be designed, the way it's supposed to be. So it's freaking amazing. And you get that when you decalcify, and that's why I love taking every single one of Chalk supplements supports healthy pineal gland function. It is something else when you start doing that, man. And again, shout out to Dan. He said, yo, can you make a guide on decalcifying? Dude, here's your freaking guide, man. Blue spirulina and cacao. Look it up. When you type in foods to decalcify the pineal gland, that's hilarious. Foods to decalcify the pineal gland. The top like 5 is Shilajit, blue spirulina, chaga, which is in the 7 Wonders, the adaptogenic mushroom blend. Ashwagandha is considered to be really good for it as well. And anything with a high concentration of bioavailable minerals, such as the Shilajit, the chalk minerals, and the wild crafted Irish moss, which has the full matrix of minerals. So we're talking minerals, dude. And again, most people, and I know this statistic is shocking, but they say that 90%, if you're eating 100% organically today, you're getting less than 10% of the full matrix of minerals. That's how shitty the food and water supply is. So that's why I say, like, philanthropy, man. Where the hell's our philanthropy about the fact that our food supply has gone to shit and there's pesticides on everything and the water's I mean, you know what I mean? So again, 60% off for life with that code and $150 worth of freebies if you get a stack. Get a freaking stack. You're going to want a stack because you're getting it for the price of a single bottle of Shilajit, full price, full pop. Okay. So yeah, but Dan, I should say, like, other than chalk, a way that supports pineal gland decalcification would be sun gazing, grounding, meditating. I mean, technically, you could probably power of the mind decalcify your pineal gland, like just thinking about it. I'm sure that is capable, but I do that in addition to the chalk. So, I mean, like, it's like this. You can bless your food, and when you bless your food, it can make it cleans and purifies it, right? However, I do that, and I buy organic food and try to grow and raise. And, I almost shot a deer this year, but I didn't get a freaking deer because there's I don't know where all the deer were this year, man. It's still hunting season. I should be out there right now. Actually, I'm going to go hunting. See you later, guys. No, but anyway, I still do that because you want to just give yourself the optimal odds is the way I see it. So to answer Mr. Dan, yes, you can decalcify many ways, but I think, you know what, though? If energy knows no distance, like, yeah, anything can decalcify your pineal gland. Your thought alone could decalcify, but I like increasing the odds and increasing the benefits. And not just to mention, like, not only that, but the fact is that when you have, like a decalcified pineal gland, when you're eating healthy, etc., you are on another wavelength. You know that, eh? If you have a clean vessel, you are on another vibrational frequency. You are. And I believe, and I think a lot of you guys believe this as well, or could believe it, if you are operating on a higher frequency, talk about unlocking and manifesting and being able to manifest whatever it is you want in this entire freaking reality. Everything that happens in our physical world is a reflection of what first started in the spiritual world, right? That's true. So when you boost your vibrational frequency, you're increasing your field, dude, and your ability to manifest and your ability to be this vibrational being that you're meant to be. That's the first place why they add this crazy stuff to the water and food supply in the first place. It's not about profits, man. I know everyone thinks like, oh, they're poisoning us because they profit from our sickness. While they do profit from our, from that, that's not like the goal per se. That's like a side effect. That's like a side quest. It's not the full-blown reason why they do that. It's to keep us in a lowered state. It's a spiritual war. It's not a physical war that has to do with them making a certain amount of money and then they'll be happy. The money is like the like it's not the goal. It's not the goal. It's what keeps everything moving smoothly. That's what it is. So it's crazy, man. But anyways, so when you're boosting your frequency in your field, man, it's another world. It's another freaking world, 100%. Now, the other thing is what happens to your dreams, though, like I briefly mentioned. Dude, it's another world out there. You know that your dreams, like when you sleep, it's what, 30% of our lives is sleeping. Did you know that? Unless, you sleep a lot less hours than then you're really, I don't know if I should say supposed to. I don't know that's supposed to, if there's a supposed to, but I mean, they do say that we should get between, girls actually need to sleep more than guys. Did you know that? Guys require less hours sleep. Like, dude, the other night I accidentally fell asleep at 9:20 and I woke up at 3:45 and was like ready to go. But then I was tired the next day. I had to recalibrate. That was last night. But anyways, shocking. So my point is that our sleep, if you are calibrated vibrationally, dude, your sleep is different. You remember your dreams and you're unlocking another part of your freaking life that you didn't even know you had. Really. Which is also why one of my favorites is the ashwagandha, is because it has freaking compounds in it that boost your melatonin production. So you get 1,000 times better sleep while you're taking it. And we know that the sleep quality that many people get nowadays, because of, listen to this, listen, Wi-Fi, smart meters, cell towers, mobile devices, wireless shit, all of that disrupts your sleep cycle. It disrupts your whatchamacallit, I guess you'd call it your I mean, at the end of the day, everything's a vibration, right? So I guess it disrupts your vibration, but it's been proven that it disrupts the production of melatonin. So you don't get as much of a rejuvenative and restorative sleep as you're supposed to, as you're designed to. So isn't that interesting? Now, think about it this way. All the shit we're exposed to, right? The chemicals, the this, that, and the other bullshit, right? Wouldn't be so bad if we were getting a rejuvenative and a restorative sleep in between being dosed with these strange poisons, right? So isn't that interesting? Some people think it's a multifaceted thing. And I happen to think they're probably right, that it's multifaceted. There's many different agendas to it. Dude, shout out to, was that Nicole? Shout out to Nicole, who just ordered a female performance stack, the female stack rather, not the performance, the female ultra stack. She got an ultra freaking stack, which is a ton, pretty much almost every damn chalk supplement. Shout out to Nicole, who is now getting a free $100 bag of chocolate powder and a $60 bottle of the 7 Wonders because she got a stack. And keep in mind, she got 60% off on her subscription for life, which she can cancel or modify at any time. Shout out to Nicole. You're going to love your freaking stack. I'm so glad you took a leap. Like, I'm telling you, this is why chalk is the only product or service that I've promoted on my page since 2019. You guys know that, eh? Like, I'm not willy-nillying around like, here, buy this like EMF sticker and then buy this shirt and then buy this hat. Like, I'm a real person who takes chalk. It's the best thing you can be taking. I got my freaking dad on it, man. I got my dad on the Action 2.0, the Daily, and the Tomcat. So he's basically taking like a male stack, but in addition to the lovely whatchamacallit, Action 2.0 for to boost his heart health. You know, that's the number one way people kind of give her, you know, is their heart. So anyway, I got him taking that, which he's freaking stoked about. And I am too. Like, could you imagine giving your parents a bottle of Shilajit and boosting their memory? Because I know that my grandpa, he didn't remember really much, man. When he was in his later years, like, they basically are like in a vegetative state, which is so, I'm not going to say sad to see, because you don't want to perceive, it's how you perceive it. Like, you could say it's beautiful because he's doesn't have the stresses of modern life because he, you know, is kind of in his own world and doesn't remember anything. Or you could choose to be sad about it. So I'm just saying, though, I do think that there is a way that, you know, there's a way, like, the reason why, my understanding is that the reason why everyone, you know, his age and everything is kind of in a bit of a gimped state with that mentally and whatnot is because of the fact that there's 1 billion heavy metals. Like, I'm pretty sure in every old person they do an autopsy on, there's like an insane amount of heavy metals in their brain, like lead and arsenic and all this. So the fact that it can be avoided, them losing their memory and all that, is the only thing that makes me be like, well, it's a freaking engineered kind of problem, right? So I wish it was, you know, that's why we got to expose it anyway. But yes, exactly. Dude, shout out to Butterdog, man. Butter's taking chalk and his pineal gland is decalcified. I told you, dude. Butterdog, I freaking told you, man. You took a leap. You took a leap of faith. You figured it out. And now look at you. Shout out to Butter, man. I told you, dude. I told you so. I freaking told you so. Shout out to Dan. Dan Rough Gaming. Is that like you're getting better at gaming? Or is it like a rough draft? Tell me, man. Shout out to Julia. Julia. Butter, can you believe that? Julia's in here. Yeah, exactly. Look what Nick said. They could fix the world in a week if they wanted to. No shit. But nobody knows that. They think that the world, this is David Icke said it best. He said that people think that the shit that's happening in the world today is like random events randomly occurring, as opposed to being a total, part of a plan. People think that all this shit is random with all these events and these horrible tragedies and the floods and the fires and blah, blah. And yes, I know floods happen. Yes, I know fires happen. And I'm not saying, by the way, hopefully I definitely made it clear. I was not insinuating that like the fires that happened in Hong Kong were like intentional. That's not the point. The video was that the people of Hong Kong already didn't like China. And now they're really pissed off because China is blaming bamboo scaffolding for the fires when every single building in freaking China was built with bamboo scaffolding and it doesn't catch fire. It's like fire resistant. So anyway, it's just shocking. Shout out to Butter, man. He's typing. Let's see what he's got. What do you got for me, buddy? Shout out to Butter, man. Give me an update, man. Shout out to Dan, man. Just a rough username. Nothing wrong with that, buddy. Rappers. The other thing that's shocking, though, about that Chinese thing is the fact that people are like, sometimes it takes, I'll tell you, you know how sometimes, let's say you get sick, right? And then because you got sick, you like totally change your whole world. You like start eating healthier or whatever, right? And then you're healthier than you've ever been. But you had to get sick to take those steps. Sometimes you got to get sick to get healthy. It's an incredible thing. Well, sometimes something happens that shakes things up and causes a stir. And that's what happened in China just freaking now, 2 days ago. And dude, honestly, I couldn't imagine. Like, I'm so sorry for the like families who are missing family members now, or all of them are missing in the freaking fires of 7 towers. I don't know how they all burnt at the same time. I still don't understand that. Like, my understanding is that the towers caught fire because there was this netting that they used that was extremely flammable. But the crazy thing is, the reason they didn't use the fireproof netting is because it's like 4 or 8 times as much money. So they were scheduled to make like 40 million more dollars or more yen. No, that's Japanese. Won. Chinese won. What the hell is the Chinese money called again? I think it's won. Chinese money. Dude, you know what we should do? I'm going to do that. I'm going to go to the bank and be like, I want like $5. Okay, it's a won. That's right. I want like $5 from every country's currency. So like Serbia, for example, a $100 bill in Serbia has Nikola Tesla's face on it. Did you know that? Go to the bank and order a friggin' Serbian $100 bill. It's like $40. 30 US. Go and get that. Put that on your freaking wall, man. Super cool. Anyway, but what I wanted to say is these poor people, so they built this shitty building. And you know, China isn't known necessarily for like quality workmanship per se. I don't mean to roast them, but you know what I mean? Like, they make a lot of shit crappily. Holy shit, look what Bryson said. He said he's been taking Shilajit ashwagandha from chalk daily for months. And first he thought he was dreaming more, but it's just he's remembering his dreams. And at the same time, I lucid dream ridiculously now. Dude, so I told you I was not bullshitting, man. I was being serious. It's something happens to your dreams when you're decalcifying. Shout out to Bryson Bronson. Absolutely amazing, dude. I'm thrilled for you, brother. 100%. It's incredible. It's how it's supposed to be. Now, so then the buildings caught fire. They burned for 18 hours. They still haven't located everyone. Like, it's pretty somber right now. Like, imagine if like, don't imagine it too hard. You don't want to manifest it, but like, imagine like a big ass apartment building, like a network of 7 of them in like New York, in like the busy city, catching fire and burning for like a day straight. That now we're talking like everyone there. And now this is what infuriated the Hong Kong people, which I gotta say, like, this is a powder keg, man. What infuriated them is the fact that the Chinese government, or rather the Chinese whatever companies, are saying, and the mainstream media, CNN, even so, it's already in our media too. Listen, fire in Hong Kong it reignites the debate. I don't know if they were trying to do a play on words there. Reignites the debate on bamboo scaffolding. So they're trying to blame the bamboo. Now, a bunch of people in Hong Kong are posting and going wild about how we've always used bamboo. The problem is not the bamboo. The problem was the lack of safety requirements in regards to the freaking the netting that they used. Yeah, I know exactly, Will. Like, that's unheard of. There's so many safety regulations that, you know, we have here and you guys have in the States. It's like, you're not going to build a building and put a bunch of flammable shit all around it while it's being built. Or sorry, it wasn't being built, by the way. It was being renovated. So it's crazy, man. And here's the thing, though. Hong Kong already didn't want to be a part of China. They don't want to be a part of China because they don't really like the government there that much, from my understanding. And so now they really are mad. And I don't know. But here's the thing. This is what I was saying last night. If, like, Hong Kong revolted, right? And somehow, like, for one, they can't compete with like China in terms of like numbers, and they're like dependent on them for trade and all that. So, but forget all those technicals for a second. If a single country, like let's say Nepal, you know how Nepal had those protests? If Nepal became like kicked out the central bankers, for example, and you know, did all that, if that happened, then what would happen shortly after is that all the other countries' media would start saying Nepal is like a threat and they're undemocratic and we have to like liberate them from some oppressive leader. And the oppressive leader will be like, hey, I just want like clean water for my people, man. But they'll say it was oppressive and it's a total shitstorm. That's what happened with Libya. That's what happened with, you know, there's a bunch of countries that happened to. And so it would have to be like a global revolution. Like, we'd need a bunch of countries in on it, because if only one, then they frame them as an evil organization that needs to be dealt with. You know what I mean? So that's the thing, because we know that this agenda is worldwide, right? We know that it's a global thing, a worldwide thing, I should say. So if one country rises, like, that's pretty much what happened in Libya. You know that, eh? Exactly. Wow, dude, rough gaming, dude. You know what the hell's going on. Exactly. Anything that goes against their agenda, they will label it as evil or something that needs to be dealt with. Yeah, 100%. And I don't mean to be, you know, a negative Nancy, but like, that's what happens. So it would need to be like almost all countries kind of come together and revolt, but how's that going to happen? Or We just need Jesus to come back. Maybe that's the linchpin that gets us fully free out of this. But you don't want to necessarily, it's good to have faith, but faith without works, like we've kind of allowed, like, for example, China has allowed itself to be controlled by, a tiny handful controlling like a shitload of people, right? So technically they have like energetically they have consented to whatever's happening to them because they haven't stopped it, right? So that's one caveat. You know what I mean? That's what they say to the whole world too. Like apparently what I heard someone say a long time ago is that what I heard someone say a long time ago is that if 51%, I don't know how they would know this number, but if 51% of the world's population got like merged their vessel with artificial intelligence, so like got the chip or whatever, apparently that is considered consent on a worldwide scale for like the archons or something. Like, I don't know, it's kind of trippy, like maybe I forget it, but don't take the chip basically is my point. Is anyone on here actually considering that? They're gonna pitch it hard. It's gonna be like, dude, it's a superfood, man, like take the chip, like you become superhuman. That's what they're gonna say. They're not gonna like, I mean, eventually they might. I don't think they'll get this far though, but it's going to be sold to you as a like selling, like it's going to be so good, like you're going to be able to think faster, you can access the internet from your brain. Like how cool is that? It'll make you superhuman. But as we have discussed, it would actually make you inhuman, of course. But what makes you more human is being calibrated, is being vibrationally aligned, is being detoxed and having a clean vessel. That's what it's all about. You could know this, that, and the other about Michelle Obama and all this, but if your pineal gland's calcified and you're full of microplastics, like what are we really doing here? So that's why it's always, we kind of circle back to the importance of detoxing and boosting your system, because I see it as imperative for humanity to prevail through this shocking situation we're involved in right now, is raising our vibrational frequency by getting the vibrational lowering contaminants and chemicals out of our system. Right now, the Chalk Special Friday deal is on right now. Chalk Friday, not Black Friday. $150 worth of freebies and 60% off for life on your subscription. Look at this freaking deal, dude. Chalk.com, 60 life. The discount code is 60 life. Chalk.com, click it so you get bumped first in line. The first couple people who get a male or female vitality stack or any stack with the code 60 life, you get a 60% off lifetime discount, which you can cancel or modify at any time. And automatically, you're going to get a free $100 bag of the chocolate powder, the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia, and a free $60 bottle of the Chalk 7 Wonders. $150, $160 worth of freebies and 60% off for life if you get any stack, a male stack, a female stack, a performance stack. Get a freaking stack, dude. You're basically getting a stack for the price of a single bottle of Shilajit and getting a ton of freebies. Also, make sure, like you actually would kind of be crazy to not at least get a Chad mode today. It is one of the most popular things at Chalk is the Chad mode. And with 60% off on it right now, dude, what is it, like $20? And you get a 7 Wonders. But if you get a stack, like a performance stack that has a Chad mode in it, you get a chocolate and a 7 Wonders. So I do think stack, but you got to get the freaking Chad mode, dude. And this is for guys like Chris James. I think he subscribed to like 3 freaking Chad modes as it is. Like, guys, this is when you can get multiples and pay the same price as if you got one single thing. It's freaking shocking, man. Holy shit. Chalk28 said, yes, they are going to start requiring the chip at certain corporations like Walmart. Dude, holy crappers, man. Then eventually the airport. Well, I know they already did the They're trying to roll out they have an opt-out right now. So even though you never opted in, don't stop thinking about Michelle. That's hilarious, dude. Even though you never opted in, right? Like none of you guys opted into anything. You now can pay $18 to opt out of the facial scan that uses biometrics at the airport. But it's $18. Who the hell is going to pay $18? They're just going to do, okay, scan my face. Like, I don't want to pay $20 for nothing, right? So it's shocking. And it reminds me of the smart meters, because you never opted into a smart meter, but you have the option to opt out, or you did. And then once like 90% of people got a smart meter, they just made it mandatory for the other 10%. They said, nope, sorry, no more analog meters. It's got to be a smart meter. So it's a way to do something and receive like the least backlash and pushback. Is slow roll it. Give it as an option. Don't make it mandatory at first. That's what they're doing, man. 100%. So we got to keep our head on a swivel, because this whole thing is freaking shocking, man. And they plan on, they're not done, put it that way. Like, they're not done with all the shit that they have up their little sleeves. But I will say this, all of that aside, restoring your vessel to its intended settings. Wow, dude. Butter. Did I psychically detect that? Butter, did I psychically detect Nicole? Holy shit, I just manifested. Oh my gosh, Butter, please send me a message, dude. Did I freaking manifest Nicole or what? I'm waiting for Butter to say something, man, because that's crazy. Shout out to Wyatt, who just ordered something. Shout out to Wyatt, who just got a shitload of stuff at Chalk, 60% off, and gets a free lit and a free, I think I saw lit, maybe and Seven Wonders. What did he get? Yeah, lit. Dude, Butter, was that cool or what? Freaking manifested Nicole. Nicole, if you're watching, blessings to Nicole, man. But yeah, man, it's all about detoxing, really, and calibrating your system so that you're no longer, at the vibration they want you at, which is generally lower than where it should be. That was so cool. Butter, are you like buzzing right now from that, man? Definitely not paying attention to bullshit on your TV or phone, reserving energy. Exactly, Bronson. Exactly, man. You know, it's cool because this world, man, it's an interesting spot that we manifested into. It really is. And it's also interesting because we didn't know, no, we definitely knew when we signed up to incarnate into this reality, but it's just crazy, man. Like, I was thinking about that yesterday when I was talking about them putting aborted fetal cells in food. I thought to myself, I thought we'd kind of have flying cars by now. Instead, we're having to argue about getting, aborted fetal cells out of our food supply. You know what I mean? Kevin Hart turned vegan. No way, Lokito, are you serious? That's hilarious. So they're promoting it. When celebrities promote it, something ain't right, man. Something ain't right about it if celebrities are promoting it, that's for sure. And furthermore, I was vegan, so I can say whatever. I mean, I was freaking vegan myself, man. I do not recommend it. That's probably why I lost one of my tooths. One of my poor tooth, man. My freaking wisdom tooth. One of my wisdom tooth is like cracked. Anyway, it's probably because I was vegan, and I was a healthy vegan too. I mean, I was eating healthy vegan. Someone's like, that does not exist. But the funny thing is that, I wasn't like a processed food kind of vegan. Like, I was eating, decently what I thought was pretty healthy, and I still lost a freaking tooth from it. It probably aged me like 5 years, or probably prematurely aged me more than even that, But anyways, Kevin Hart, well, he wore a dress too. Kevin Hart wore a dress. You remember that? Did you know that? Kevin Hart obviously took them up on their offer because he wore a dress. So as we know, they offer that to you. If you can please wear a dress for us, that would be great. And if you say no, then you do not get, you know, you don't get the deal that you want. You don't get to advance at the next phase of your career if you don't get that, if you don't wear that dress, man. Could you imagine? I'd never wear a fucking dress. Who the hell, like, you know what I mean? Fuck, dude. And it's like a lot of them. So anyone you see wearing a dress, yeah, they obviously took them up on their offer, man. And that is a bunch of them took them up on that offer. Not there's anything wrong, of course, with wearing a dress. Like, wear it up, man. But it's just, if that's like a prerequisite to be able to, you know, advance in your career, like, obviously something that's a little bit strange, right? Yeah, P. Diddy. Yeah, that's true, man. P. Diddy. What's going on with P. Diddy? Is he in jail or is he on the run? Does anyone know? Is P. Diddy in jail or is he on the run? I should know. Okay, hold on. I'm going to shout this out on Instagram. Everyone loves Florida, eh? I do love Florida, man. But no, cloud seeding is not banned there. They said that, but it's still being sprayed all the time. They're trying to ban Sharia law there and make sure there's never any Sharia law. Holy shit. Here's the video of Mr. Beast teaming up with the Rockefeller Foundation. So bullshit, man. If anyone thinks that's... Hold on a sec. Oh, I think I saw that, Himanshu. I think I saw that clip, actually, of P. Diddy smiling in jail. You know, this is what I thought. Like, let me know your guys' thoughts. But what I thought when I saw that P. Diddy, you know, is going to jail or whatever, I thought either he pissed somebody off, like, or it's a distraction. That's what I thought when I first heard it. I thought, well, obviously he either rubbed someone the wrong way, no pun intended, or, you know, dude, shout out to Joe Morgan. Hold on a second. Hold on. A sec. Stand by. Hold on. So anyways, dude, shout out to Copper Psychic Rock, man. Shout out to Copper Rock, who just ordered something. Copper, what'd you get, dude? You're going to have to tell me what you got, man. I think, hold on a second. Oh, yeah. You're getting a lit and a 7 Wonders, Copper. Shout out to Copper. You know, Copper, it's funny. I've never seen your face. I don't know what you look like. Maybe I would be afraid if I did. But you know what? No, I'm just kidding, dude. But thank you, Copper, man. You're keeping the freaking lights on the stream. You're a dear soul, and I'm glad to have you on here, man. And I'm glad you're boosting your... You obviously take your health freaking seriously, man. You're not willy-nilly in your health, man. So shout out to Copper Rock, enjoying and loving his chalk. He just ordered a bunch of stuff. Wow. Dude, but Butter, how crazy is that with Nicole? Nicole, is that Loquito? Loquito, are you Nicole? Shout out to Wyatt as well. And shout out to Butter, man. Dear Butter. Butter's built different, everyone. Like, he literally is built different. I don't know what's going on with him. Yeah, I know. Well, Himanshu, like I was saying, I don't think that Mr. Beast was a plant from the start, but I do think that he definitely is you know, controlled now. I think anyway. Anyone else who's on the fence right now with their orders, make sure you get your order in ASAP, because Wyatt, Nicole, and Wyatt, Nicole, and of course Mr. Copperrock all just ordered limited flash sale for Chalk Friday, rather. Do not call it Black Friday. It's a demonic thing. You gotta call it Chalk Friday. So make sure to get your orders in ASAP. 60 Life is the coupon code. Do not pay full price when we're doing 60% off for life, and you're getting a free lit and a free 7 Wonders if you get a stack. So get a freaking stack, get a performance stack, lock in with a quad Chad mode subscription, and you'll never need to. And shout out to Luke. Luke, dude, is that the first time you've ever been on the live and ever commented, dude? Shout out to freaking Luke, man. Holy crappers. Okay, hold on a second. Let me announce the live on Instagram. Hold on a second. Luke, what'd you get, man? Okay, hold on. Trump, P. Diddy, spotted. Uh-oh, hold on. Okay, that's fine. Yo, is anyone here from TikTok? Okay, hold on. Okay. Yes, there's not 1.5 billion people. Dude, nice. Luke, excellent choice, dude. You were going to freaking love the Chad mode. You're going to be absolutely thrilled, dude. Start with 1 scoop. It's freaking strong. 150 milligrams organic caffeine per scoop, cold water extracted from green coffee beans. Most caffeinated beverages, it's synthetic caffeine. The Chad mode is cold water extracted from green coffee beans. It's freaking amazing. Welcome, everyone. We are discussing a few things right now with Hong Kong, with Trump. You won't believe what just happened in Hong Kong, man. This is like changing the course of freaking history. If you're in Hong Kong now, comment, because Hong Kong can use Instagram, but you can't if you're in China. Hong Kong is a little bit different. Did you know that? They have a different currency and everything. But this is what I was saying earlier. If just Hong Kong revolted and like, you know, like overthrew their government or something, right? Then what happens is that country would be deemed evil and undemocratic, and we'd have to go to war with them. Holy shit, Waleed Bradley is in Hong Kong right now. Dude, are you serious? So guys, listen, there's a crazy agenda afoot right now in Hong Kong. Also, Trump just announced something shocking as well. We're discussing it in full detail on my Rumble live stream channel, which is free to download, free to watch, and most importantly, free speech. We are on Rumble. It's at the link in my bio. Yes, you should be worried about King Kong as well. Excellent question, Arthur. Oh, man. We'll talk about giants too. So, yeah, exactly. That's right, real Draco. Exactly, dude. Hong Kong and Tijuana. What the hell is that? So anyways, go to the link in my bio, click the link tree, and then click Rumble. We are live on Rumble right now, and I want to talk to you about stuff that I can't mention here fully, okay? I'm not wearing socks right now, Charizard. Okay. I know, what a weird question, eh? Okay, much love, everyone. I'll see you on Rumble. Like, come now. It's freaking crazy, man. This is breaking news, and you're not going to hear it. And the Western media is already twisting it. You won't fucking believe it, man. It's crazy. Please, come to Rumble. We'll see you there, all right? I'm begging you. Hold on a sec. Holy crappers, that video's popping off already. Yo, shout out to Revolution. You're just the man we wanted to speak with, man, with what we're discussing right now. So get this. I'll wait for a couple more people to come on here, and then we got to give her, man. Like, this is like, we got to hit the iron while it's hot. I've actually got Chad mode already shielded in. Wow, dude, Luke, freaking awesome, dude. And shout out to Garrett. Garrett, I'm about to tell you, dude, Trump just said every single immigrant, legal and illegal, is going home. No, I'm just kidding. I'll tell you in 2 seconds. I'm just waiting for a few more people to come on. So, because this is like, I will repeat myself, but it's shocking, man. And some people don't even believe it. It's so crazy. That's amazing, Luke. So you already had the chat note, so you don't need my warning about start with a scoop, eh? Yeah, it's freaking good though, eh? Obviously you like it. um, what's going on, Kate? Shout out to Kate. Okay, so guys, listen to this. Listen to what Hong Kong did, and listen to what CNN is already doing. So apparently, I didn't know this, but in our countries, we have scaffolding that is metal, right? And that's what you build with. Like you use scaffolding that's metal. Okay. Well, in China, I was surprised to find out that they actually use bamboo. Like they construct like hundreds of meters tall scaffolding out of bamboo. Like they rope it together. They've been doing it for thousands of years. That's how every single freaking building in China and in Hong Kong basically has been built, is with bamboo. And so, Garrett, don't get me started, buddy. So listen, this Chinese company, which is not a Hong Kong company, it's a Chinese company, was building or renovating a bunch of towers somewhere in Hong Kong, okay? And what ended up happening is someone threw a cigarette or something, a spark flew, and it landed on this plastic netting that's extremely flammable. And it started burning all these, like 7 different towers are burning, right? Well, what pissed off the Hong Kong people isn't that over 100 people are dead now from it. Like, what a horrible way to go, man. Fucking burning. But anyways, rest in peace. Seriously. Horrible. And it could have been avoided. But here's the thing. They saved like $20 million if they used the flammable netting as opposed to the fireproof netting. Somehow that is not like a mandatory policy. Like here, you couldn't, well, I guess I don't really know what our building laws necessarily are. Other than I know that it's like you have to get a permit to build shit. Like what a fucking joke. You got to ask permission to do shit on your own property that you bought and you paid for. Like we should have never let them tell us. We should have never let them get away with convincing us that we have to apply for permits. Like you can't just go build whatever you want on your property. It's a freaking joke, man. But anyways, like our ancestors would never have stood up for that. Could you imagine telling like one of the founding fathers of America, hey man, do you have your piece of paper to build that shack over there or your full blown house? Like, and you have to pay us, by the way. It's not proper, man. It is absolutely not proper. Anyways, so this building catches on fire. It burns for 18 hours. Hundreds of people, over 100 now. The death toll continues to rise. And the part that is extremely infuriating to the Hong Kong people is that the mainstream media is saying that it was because of the bamboo. And CNN posted, fire in Hong Kong reignites the debate about if we should be using bamboo scaffolding. And this is going viral in Hong Kong because people are like normal people who never have protested in their life are like, yo, what the hell? Because Hong Kong already doesn't like China. They don't want to be a part of China. They're a different place. They have different laws. They have different money, and they do not want to be a part of China. They think that the CCP is a problem. They don't like its totalitarianness. They think it's like the empire, man. Like it's an evil empire. They don't want to be anything to do with. So when a Chinese company comes into Hong Kong, cheaps out on the safety net, and kills 100 or more people, innocent civilians, and then blames it on the bamboo. That's right, Kate. Then blames it on the bamboo. It pissed them off. And it's igniting, what it's actually igniting is the debate as to if we should let China mess with us at all. We do not want anything to do with freaking China. To hell with China. That's what the Hong Kong people are saying. Even though you think like they look similar, like obviously it's similar genetics, similar like language, right? But no. And I don't know how Hong Kong has even gotten away with, like, for example, if like Mongolians or the Uyghurs, right? It's a population on the mainland China that they went and rounded up and put them into ghost cities. I'm surprised Hong Kong, literally being surrounded by China, already isn't a part of China. Like, you know what I mean? I'm surprised they got away with it, but that's just, a side note. So anyways, It's a big protest. It's a big deal, and it's freaking shocking. I mean, it's crazy. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention, though, before I go into the Trump thing, which is shocking, shout out to Copper Rock, is that you've seen me post about how inside of a pan, or a can rather, it's lined with plastic, right? Like the inside of a can is not metal, it's plastic. There's a plastic bag in every can. Well, we've drank in a million of those, and chewing gum releases trillions of microplastics. Did you know that? Gum has a rubber base. It's synthetic rubber. It's plastic. You're chewing on plastic when you're chewing gum. Well, I chewed about 1 billion pieces of gum. So I would have loved to have known that about 15 years ago when I was chewing gum every freaking day, and probably swallowing it too. Sometimes I just say, oh, fuck it, just swallow it. Microplastics, dude. And they're finding microplastics in dogs' ball sacks. And I'm not even joking. And in lung tissue, freaking umbilical cords. It's shocking. So specifically because of that and all the other stuff we know is in the food and water supply that's designed to weaken us and poison us, Chalk has activated the biggest deal they have ever done, or at least in the last 4 years, for free superfoods. Free and an insane discount and bunches of freebies included in people's orders. So listen to this. Right now, if you go to chalk.com, I'll put the link in the chat. It's first come, first serve. If you're serious about detoxing, calibrating your endocrine system, increasing fertility, boosting testosterone, this is the way the deal works. If you go to chalk.com and you add let's just start, Chad mode, right? Organic blue spirulina, organic caffeine, cold water extracted from green coffee beans. Extremely detoxing, binds to phthalates, microplastics, pesticides, heavy metals, nanoplastics, forever chemicals, and excretes it out of the body. It's extremely detoxing. It's delicious. It's the bluest drink you've ever seen. Everyone's going to ask you what the hell you're drinking, and you get to say it's Chad mode. This stuff is amazing. If you go to chalk.com and you add, for example, the Chad mode to your cart, and you apply the discount code 60LIFE, you get a lifetime 60% off discount, which you can cancel or modify at any time. And automatically, you're going to get a free $60 bottle of the Chalk 7 Wonders, which is the adaptogenic mushroom blend from Chalk that has chaga, lion's mane, turkey tail, cordyceps, oyster, reishi, and maitake mushroom in it. It's a superfood. It's good for your pineal gland. It's good for your endocrine system and your energy and your brain function and your melatonin, everything. That's free if you get a single thing. 60% off too. Go check and apply that discount on whatever you think is cool on the site and see what it comes to. It's freaking insane. Then, if you get a stack, which is a male stack, a female stack, a performance stack, which has a Chad mode, if you get a stack, you get a free $100 bag of the chocolate powder and a $60 bottle of the 7 Wonders. So $150 worth of freebies or so if you get a stack. In the male stack, it's the Chalk Daily, the Ashwagandha, and the Irish and the Daily Tomcat Ashwagandha, the Tomcat Ali. That's the male stack. And the female stack is the Shilajit, the Ashwagandha, and the Irish Moss. When you combine those, Shilajit is a potentiator, so it increases the potential of any herb or food or superfood thing that you take with it. Shilajit is a potentiator. It increases the potential. It's freaking amazing. If you get a stack, you get $150 worth of freebies, and you're basically paying for the price of a single Shilajit, but you can get like 5 things. Like if you get a max performance stack, you're getting like 6 products for the price of a single bottle of Shilajit pretty much without a code. Like this is insane. And the freebies, of course. Check out the site if you're serious. Guys, today our testosterone levels are down 50% in the last 50 years. It's shocking. Ladies, fertility's off a cliff. Hormones are off a cliff. Every freaking product they've ever told women to take, like birth control, no shit. But I mean like makeup, skincare. Like I see all those videos go viral. Like, here's my skincare routine. It's like a bunch of toxic cocktails of chemicals of crap. It's horrible for your endocrine system, man. And half that shit ends up in the water supply anyway, and then people are drinking it. So absolutely amazing. Shout out to Chris, who's taking the daily for 4 months. Wow. Shout out to, all of the above daily. Okay, so he's taking daily too, though, but he's taking daily. Amazing. Shout out to Chris James. He says life-changing. We do have, by the way, Chalk does have over now 5,000 third-party verified 5-star reviews on Trustpilot. Trustpilot's a leading review website in the freaking world. So it's a legit thing. And it ships out of Georgia, based in Texas, and has an all-American customer service team. So you're supporting a family of actual people, not this faceless corporation. And by the way, you can imagine if this is the kind of stuff I talk about and I'm working with if this company works with me based on the stuff I talk about, you can imagine that they're also, you know, aware of what's going on today. Indubitably, yes. So it's all good all around. Now, I do recommend, I did mention this, but shout out to Brock, who just got a Chad mode, I think. Shout out to Brock. Brock, if you're watching, congratulations on your Chad mode, dude. Chad mode, 60 life is the coupon code. It's a lifetime discount. You can cancel or modify your subscription anytime, and you're getting a bunch of freebies. Check it out on the site right now. And I know that Chalk is on the site, on the live chat. If you have any questions there, you can ask them here too. But I recommend, man, you got to get the Chad mode. You just kind of have to. It's mandatory, actually. You can't leave the site without putting a Chad mode in your cart. No, I'm just kidding. But it's freaking amazing, man. So shout out to Chris James. By the way, guys, Chris James, you don't know his story, man. You don't know who we're on the live with right now. Chris James. There could be a book written about him. Garrett, it's Chalk. Did I send? Oh, there, I'll send it again. Chalk.com, CHOQ.com. And the discount code is 60 life. And the reason why, by the way, that the Chalk Daily is the #1 supplement for men and that you kind of need to get the Chalk Daily as well if you're a guy, is because it has shilajit in it, which ours is specifically clinically studied to support total testosterone boost 21% in 90 days, which is insane because it's natural as opposed to being synthetically derived. Like there's a lot of synthetic shit out there you can take that boosts your testosterone, but it doesn't. It's containing synthetic testosterone, which I do not recommend because then your body becomes dependent on it. Like that's not what you want, right? Dude, no way. Of course, Chris James, you would drink energy drinks being in your profession. You guys do drink a lot of energy drinks. I know that. So shout out to Chris James, who no longer drinks phthalates and microplastics, and instead he's taking something that detoxes phthalates and microplastics and boosts his energy massively. Shout out to Chris freaking James. And Kate, by the way, Kate. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You have conversations with Chalk. I know. They tell me all about you. They know you're one of their people, man. So anyways, back to Chris James. No, I'm just kidding. He's like, please, man, like, don't talk about me that much, man. Oh yeah, but the other one that guys have to take as well is the Tomcat, because that one boosts free testosterone 87% in 21 days. Again, clinically studied. You don't get clinically studied stuff. Like, it's rare that something natural has that much of an effect on your hormones. It's freaking crazy. Now, the crazy part about Trump, Kate, I don't know if you were on in the beginning. I think you were, though, but maybe you were, or maybe you weren't. So get this. And someone explain, because I am wondering, like, this guy shoots up 2 National Guardsmen. He was a former CIA asset. Like, he literally worked with the CIA. That alone is like suspicious as hell. And then Trump's response is to, in his own words, permanently pause immigration from third world countries, which is shocking to word it that way. So we'll talk about that in 1 second. Garrett said he got a 16% boost from a mineral supplement. Dude, check out Chalk, man, because Garrett, here's the thing. You got to be careful with most mineral supplements. They're not synthetic because you can't synthesize minerals, but they are what's known as not bioavailable, not absorbable. Like, it's rare to find a mineral supplement that actually can penetrate your cells, that the minerals can actually penetrate your cells. It is rare. It's not impossible. Like, it doesn't not exist, but it is extremely rare. I recommend, because the Chalk minerals are cold water extracted from a humic shale deposit in Utah, fully bioavailable, you may even end up saying, you know what, I'm taking minerals, but maybe I'll get these minerals. Maybe I will consolidate. This is what many people do. Consolidate your mineral or your supplement regimen by getting Chalk, and also 60 freaking% off for life. And you get to try the Chad mode as well. Dude, Brock just got a Chad mode. And Mr. Where is Mr. What's his name? Wyatt Copper Rock, of course, guys, make sure you apply that discount code 60life while we're running this deal. Again, Chalk hasn't done a 60% off discount in 4 years. So take advantage big time. Yeah, I know all the news is a load of shit, but my thing, Kate, is that it's all bullshit. That, like, I just don't think that they would ever actually stop immigration, because that's like a huge part of the plan is to continue mass immigration. So I don't think for a second that Trump's actually going to stop immigration. And also, who the hell words it like that? Like, let's ask ChatGPT. You know, I've been using chat every once in a while, like, but I don't talk to it. It's not my fucking friend. I know people who like chat with the fucking thing all day. What does temporary or permanent, did he say permanent? What did he say again? Permanent pause? Hold on. Yeah, permanently. What does permanent pause mean? Oh yeah. So chat says, this is often used when companies or organizations halt a project. They stop development, funding, or operations, but avoid saying it's canceled, leaving a tiny possibility it could resume someday. Meaning production has ceased, but they aren't formally killing it. A government or institution can place an initiative on permanent pause, meaning it's inactive indefinitely. Pause implies temporary. Permanent implies forever. Together, it communicates effectively canceled, but not officially declared dead. With Trump saying he's going to permanently pause immigration from third world countries, that probably means nothing's going to be paused and they're just going to crank up the dial on the immigrants, eh? That's so not optimized for, let's see what chat does with that. Searching the web, like, fuck off. Yeah, that doesn't guarantee shit. So it's just to bullshit you around and confuse you. You know, immigrant schmimmigrant, man, the way I figure it, the most important thing is, like, for example, as Kate very well knows, because Kate takes chalk, the importance, man, of detoxing and decalcifying. It's a life-changing thing. Chris James, you know what's cool? That in your line of work, you're the decalcified guy. Like, do your work friends, do your, what do you call it, colleagues know your other side, that you are, guys, do you know what Chris does for work? I don't mean to, like, I hope I'm not making him uncomfortable, but I think it's just crazy, man. Like, there's movies about guys like you. Let's just say, you know, Jason Bourne, you know, the Bourne movies? Languages, passports, secret operations. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, exactly, Will. Exactly, man. But yeah, Kate, I mean, it's just all, you know what it is? It's, hey, here's something to think about. That's what, I mean, I think that's what that announcement was. Here's something to think about. Here's something to get wound up around. And here's something to basically distract you from the fact that, like, I think one of the things that they're most worried about people finding out, and that's why they need constant distractions, is that, like, what they're secretly, sneakily doing with the, like, food supply, like, that's huge. Like, that's treason. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's treasonous to let a corporation, I guess, could you call it treason? Like, I don't know if that's the right word, but basically, if you let a corporation secretly own patents on all the food so that they control the whole food supply, like, that, is that treason? I don't know, but all I know is it ain't right, and it's going on. And if the masses knew, I say the masses as if, like, kind of is like dehumanizing, but, you know, if everyone freaking knew what the Sam Dam's going on, man, they'd be freaking shocked. So instead, we got breaking news. We got the breaking distraction for you today. You know, Chris James, I ain't that cool. Chris James right now is, let's just say he's a busy guy, man. And he's got a whole freaking, he's a busy guy, man. Let's just put it that way. Blessings to Chris James, man. But anyway, so I think that is one of the biggest schemes that's going on right now. I've always felt drawn to talk about the food supply thing too, because people are all about, like, people love to be like, oh, like the Native Americans, they lived at one with the land, you know, but and they love like hyping up and pretending they care about the environment, or at least like maybe they genuinely do care, right, about the environment, but they have no idea that the shit they buy, right, the GMOs that they buy, is funding the destruction of not only like really the environment, but food sovereignty. Being able to buy things, buy food that is not connected to this corporation, and it actually, is healing or is really good for you. You know what I mean? So, and I remember getting into an argument once, not an argument, but this was back when I preached all the time, right? So anyway, I was preaching to my a family friend about GMOs. And this is why you kind of Chalk 28, what's right? But anyways, so we got in this discussion and she's like, no, I don't like GMOs, like they're fine. And I'm like, well, hold on a second. And this is why you need to talk to people about this shit, because when you get put on the spot and they go, like, for example, if you say someone fluoride's shit for you, you eventually, if you say it to enough people, you'll end up hearing all the different kind of excuses or like the debunks that the establishment has programmed people's minds to say and think. Something they've heard a million times that is just in their subconscious mind that they will respond with when you tell them something like GMOs are shit for you or whatever, right? So I'm talking to her and I'm like, yeah, GMOs, like they're, unfortunate. And she's like, well, I don't really care about that. I said, well, what do you mean? You know that they're banned in like 70 countries. Like 70 countries around the world think they're bad enough that they don't want them, in their country. And then she didn't know that. She's like, wow, that's crazy. And at the end of the conversation, she was like, like, because I'm like, oh, it's like patented, like in the seed companies, like they own it and they spray chemicals on it. Like it's a total thing. Like they want to take over the food supply. When I finally made that clear to her, she's like, yeah, that is crazy, but I'm still going to eat them. And I don't know, man, like some people, I guess it's not enough to hear or find out some of these things. But what I learned when talking with her is that, here's the things that people, they first say, how are we going to feed the world without GMOs? And that's because a common myth, very common myth about GMOs is that they're going to feed the world. It's like one of the selling points that they put together to get GMOs to not be like banned and shit is that, oh, we need them to feed the world because they're genetically modified with technology and science to like increase yield. So they will be able to feed more people on like less land, right? Now, mind you, last I checked, if you go on Google Maps, there's about a bajillion freaking acres of just land that's standing around just chilling. There's a lot of space. We have enough space, but that's bullshit. That doesn't increase yield. It's a selling point. It's a lie. It's a myth that they imposed, or rather created this lie so that people wouldn't like revolt against GMO. So when you argue with someone about it, they go, oh, it's going to feed the world. It's so good. Your rebuttal is that's a industry marketing claim. And if you ask the Indian farmers how that went for them, they will tell you that not only did they not get fed, but actually it decreased their yield. Like it's fugazi, it's a fuguzi, it's And so, anyways, when you talk to people though, you will get instances of, you'll hear what they heard, what they believed or thought they believed, and then you can slowly be able to wake them up to the truth about the matter. So that's the important thing about trying to, even though you don't want to preach like Sometimes it's a necessary thing to do, you know, is get preaching. So get more onions. There you go, Copper Rock. Shout out to Copperman. He knows exactly what's going on. Chalk minerals are cold water extract from a mineral-rich deposit in Utah. Yes, preserved under a sandstone layer, minerals and organic acid. Yes, the richest fulvic deposit on Earth. And guys, if you didn't know fulvic is the name they give to the compound. It's basically just super freaking bioavailable minerals, man. Which, remember, even if you eat 100% organically today, you get less. You're getting less than 10% of the full matrix of minerals, which is shocking that it's that low. So if you're taking the chalk minerals, if you're taking the chalk shilajit or the Irish moss, you're getting the full matrix of minerals. And again, 60% off for life right now with the code 60life, and you get a free $150 worth of freebies if you get the male or female stack. So shout out to Chalk for freaking turning on the craziest deal in the world ever with that amount of discountedness and the freebie. It's shocking, man. Shane, whenever you got time, my wife wanted to ask you to look into this ice cream. Ice creams for bears. It was supposedly a super clean ice cream, but it went to Kroger, now contains natural flavor. Damn, dude. So, you know what? Dude, hold on. Chris James, I love when you ask something like this, man. So first things first, what I would do if I were you, where do you live again? Regardless, what we do is we're part of a cow share that gets raw buffalo milk and buffalo cream and buffalo cheese and buffalo sour cream and buffalo yogurt. And it's freaking great. It's actually healthier than cow's milk even. But that stuff's still great for you, man. But what I recommend, dude. Oh, but wait. Because of your occupation, you'd probably want to keep it under the table, unless you're in a state that it's fully allowed, which there are many or several, maybe. Is there any states that it's, yeah, like in Texas, they sell milk that's raw, and they say, okay, you're in Texas. They say it's for pets. They write on it for pets, which is a hilarious little workaround. But dude, what I would do if I were you is go get hooked up with raw cream, then buy an ice cream maker and make your own freaking ice cream, dude, because that's what we do, and it's great. Then you're not buying the prepackaged shit with natural flavors. Not that you would be now anyway, because I'm sure you're well, you know what, dude, because you're taking chalk, you could pretty much go and buy a freaking Walmart no-name ice cream if you want it. Because you're taking chalk, man. You're detoxing faster than you can tox. You're detoxing faster than you can toxify yourself, dude. But yeah, I would do that. So I was going to say go to a cow share, get in a cow share, but if you're in Texas, you don't even need to do that. You can just freaking give her, man. You know what I mean? And get raw cream, and then you dump a couple tablespoons of maple syrup into it, whip it up in the ice cream maker, and boom. Your wife will love doing that, man. It's on the list to get the Ninja ice cream maker. Nice, man. Do we all have the same appliances, man? Like, who here has a dishwasher? Comment below. We had a shit one for a little while. We didn't realize how bad it was until we got a new one. And then, holy cripers, man, that is an amazing hack. Chuck it all in the dishwasher, hit the button, and walk away. Whoever invented that, that is a decent invention. But it's not a smart one. I didn't want a Wi-Fi enabled freaking, like, turn my dishwasher on with the click of a button from my cell phone that's connected. Don't buy into all that silly smart crap, man. It's designed to eventually get you hyped up about your house being connected to Wi-Fi, which is just to beam you with the frequencies, but also surveillance. Of course, it's all about surveillance. Is really the name of the game. But yeah, your wife would be right, Chris James. Is that if Kroger now takes it and it has natural flavors, you want to get rid of it for sure, or just finish up the bottle that you got, or the container rather that you have, and then do something different for the next one. You know what I mean? So your wife's right. I'm glad that she's looking into the word natural flavors. You know how many people have no freaking idea about that damn word still? To this day, man. People don't know natural flavors is a toxic, very toxic ingredient. Oh, if you have a mixer, apparently, Chris James, you can buy the attachment. Did you know that? 500 mils of heavy cream, 4 egg yolks, and vanilla. And there's your, and what? And a cup of cereal, half a cup? Wow. And some milk. Chris James, there's your recipe, dude. Write that down and start it now. And send a video. And you know what you could do if you really wanted it to be fancy and crazy? You could put a scoop of Chad mode into your ice cream. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. It would probably curl because there's lemon juice in there. It's not a... Chad mode and milk does not go. Oh, she can't. She can't. She's... Oh, she can't eat natural flavors. A blessing in disguise. So she's allergic or something to natural flavors. Wow. That's God saying, babe, you do not need this. It's on average 70 chemicals, apparently, Chris. Natural flavors. Chemicals. Nice, eh? I thought we'd be in flying cars by now. What? It could be way more. It's legally allowed to be, it's like a blanket term, right? I can't believe they were able to dupe so many dear souls into this agenda and realm. Natural flavors. So if you, anyone else, hey, apparently a bunch of people are on the site right now. Make sure you apply that discount code 60life to get 60% off for life. I can't even believe the words coming out of my freaking mouth right now. 60% off for life with the code 60life, and you get a free $150 worth of freebies if you get a stack. So if you get the male or female stack or the performance stack or the max stack, any stack, you're getting a massive freaking bag of chocolate powder, the organic heirloom cacao, and you're getting a free minerals as well if you get a stack. But if you get a single supplement, you get the free minerals. No, yeah, no, that is right, Will. Yes. Lit in ice cream is freaking great. In fact, you guys just got the whole plate. If you get a stack, you're now also able to make chocolate ice cream because you're getting a free lit, and you can put a couple freaking heaping spoons of that in your ice cream to make chocolate ice cream, as opposed to buying regular ice cream or regular cacao, which is usually full of heavy metals. Did you know that? It's shocking. Regular cacao has a ton of heavy metals in it. It's crap for you. Oh, and I just found out, by the way, did you know there's like a certain legal limit, right? Of whatchamacallit, a certain legal limit of heavy metals that's allowed to be in foods, right? But did you know that crayons, because they're not a food, they don't have to adhere to any of that, right? But what do kids do with crayons? Which is a known thing. They put them in their mouth. So, yes, it's unfortunate that they have allowed crayons to be sold with such a high lead content. Guess where we get our crayons? From a German company that is heavy metal free. And they would biodegrade. You could chuck them outside. They'd turn back into dust in a freaking month. A lot of good help. If you are a parent and you're buying stuff for your kids and you buy organic shit, you'll notice that for some reason, Germany makes a ton of amazing old style, non-toxic things. It's like a hub. It's known in the health community that Germany freaking knows. They make a lot of stuff that's, clean. Copper Rock said he'll take a 55-gallon drum for Christmas. Dude, freaking awesome, man. Of lit. That'd be, you could swim in it, man. You could be exactly like, what's that movie? Whatchamacallit? Not Goldilocks. Willy Wonka, dude. Did you hear that Cleopatra, Queen Cleopatra, apparently she actually bathed in raw milk for its benefits? It's a godly thing, man. And it's not supposed to be pasteurized. It really isn't. Okay, hold on. Let me show this out on Instagram here. Yeah, you know, space may be the final frontier, but it's filmed in a Hollywood basement. Like, do people not think that sign is shocking? Like, do you realize that the Red Hot Chili Peppers made a song about how weird the space is not real? Hold on a sec. Yeah, Winston Churchill, man, he did. He did do something very unfortunate with the bombing of cities that was only women and children in those cities, man. Fuck. Hold on a sec. Hold on a second. Anyway, sorry. Welcome everyone. Hold on, let me just refresh that. Boom, bang, bingity. That's popping off. Okay, here we go. One sec. TikTok, man. The only reason I post on TikTok is because I use their editing to make my videos, and to download it without a watermark, they make you post it. Like you have to post it to save it without a watermark. That's how they get you. But it's crazy, man. It's been like a week and a half. I already have 50,000 new followers on TikTok when it took, but because they deleted my other one with 50,000. Bunch of strikes. Anything gets a strike on TikTok. You can look the wrong way on TikTok and get a freaking strike, man. Okay, hold on a sec. Yo, Chris, are you at work? Chris, how did I manifest? That's crazy, eh? That I literally started the live. I said, yo, shout out to Chris James, the first one. And then you were the first one to comment. And then Butter, how crazy was it that I manifested Nicole? That probably sounds weird to anyone who just joined on Instagram Live, but I'll tell you all about it. Welcome, every dear soul. Old Depot Farm. You didn't know you'd be shouted out on a live, did you? You know, it's funny, eh? They made social media to like be able to surveil us and to track us and all that. But the other edge of that double-edged sword is that we can use it to raise awareness and expose the truth about things that are going on. Happy Thanksgiving, Savannah. Shout out to Coqueta Squad as well. Okay, so listen, something shocking is kicking off right now. Shout out to Australia, man. Pronto, what's up? Good day, mate. So listen, why did you summon us? I got to tell you why. I summoned you all through this device. Listen to this for a second. It's like a black mirror. Black mirrors were used for scrying, which is where you channel into other dimensions. And we all have a black mirror in our freaking house and in our phones. It's a black mirror, man. It's crazy. So anyways, I want to talk to you about what happened with the Hong Kong fires. Shout out to Zanshi Mushi. Shout out to Zanshi Mushi, man. And Hong Kong is pissed off. And I want to tell you the whole story of why Hong Kong is pissed off. And Hong Kong's not a part of China. It's a different entity. They have a different money. It's different. They don't want to be a part of China. They're pissed off at China right now. And they might, this is a powder keg of Arthur. This is a powder keg, man. And they need to revolt. And if the Chinese people wake up, because the Chinese people would actually probably support the Hong Kong people trying to break free of China, because Chinese people know that China's government is a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, we are live on Rumble right now talking about this uncensoredly. It's free to download, free to watch, and most importantly, free speech. If you want to hear a deep dive, shout out to Groovy, man. If you want to hear a deep dive on what this inside scoop is, come on over to my Rumble live stream channel. It's at the link in my bio. It's free to download, free to watch, and free speech. And it's at my link tree, which is in my bio. I want to see Savannah there, and also Pancakes and Pro Spirit and Alex Blackstein. Shout out to Alex, man. Alejandro. And Doc Arthur. I want to see you there as well, okay? So hopefully well, Savannah, it's great because Rumble, you don't need to worry about biting your tongue, you can fully speak freely. That's the big idea about Rumble. So come on over to Rumble. I want to see you guys commenting on Rumble. We got 40 people on right now. We're going to have a whole lot more now. All right. We'll see you on the live on Rumble. Shout out to Kay Loves Me, or Loves and or whatever. Shout out to Kay. All right. It's at the link in my bio. Rose Bond. Do you believe Noah's Ark? They found the Ark, man. What do you mean? Of course. Okay. We'll see you guys on Rumble. Savannah, I want to see you there. All right. You're so hot. I click their profile picture. It's a dude. All right, man. I don't know about that Burning Man. Like, it's kind of strange. Like, you know what I mean? Yes, yes. Hold on a sec. Yeah, so the way I see it, if Hong Kong is serious because they are pissed off right now, it's the talk of the town. You know that it's getting crazy when my Explore feed is flooded with Chinese people's reels, which I've never even seen a Chinese account on Instagram. Is anyone here Chinese? Anyways, so here's what's crazy. In a brief summary, a Chinese company operating inside of Hong Kong was renovating 7 different towers. For some reason, they wrapped all the towers with an extremely flammable net to catch if someone drops a falling hammer. If someone drops a hammer, catches it, right? Well, what happens is they catches fire, the buildings burn, the death toll is over 100. It's a horrible tragedy. But the nail in the coffin that pissed off the Hong Kong people is that the establishment and the company, the construction company, blamed it on the bamboo scaffolding. They said it was because of the bamboo. It's not because of the bamboo. It's because of the fact that they cheaped out on the safety net, which would have been 40 million wons more if they got the fireproof stuff, but they didn't want to spend that. They did not want to spend that. So that's what happened. Now, CNN posted that this tragedy makes that we need to re-examine the use of bamboo as scaffolds, which is crazy because I actually love that they use bamboo. That's actually cool. And that's what every single freaking building in China has been built with, is bamboo. Bamboo scaffolding, that is. So my point is, though, is that, and yeah, like it's compostable. The old bamboo beams, get rid of them, you know? Um, so Hong Kong people are pissed off. And they're going around filming all the other bamboo saying, look, this is how we've done it. You're copping out. You don't want to take responsibility for the fact that you guys cheaped out on this plastic shit that caught fire and killed people. And they already didn't like China in the first place. Now they really are pissed off. Shout out to Savannah. Savannah, did you make an account that quick? Shout out to Savannah. So my point, though, is that I saw what happened in 18 or whatever, when there was those huge protests in China over, I'll tell you what it was over. It was over the fact that they were promised, like China's economy is hanging on by a thread. I don't know if you heard, but basically everyone in China gets told that you invest into these new apartment buildings and invest in the whatchamacallit, like condos in these cities that they're building that are right now empty. So they're building cities that are sitting unoccupied. But the promise to all these people who basically funded the building of the cities is that one day, you know, the population is going to rise and all these properties values are going to go up. So invest in it now. Something changed to where a lot of people weren't going to get their investments or something. And then there was these mass protests. Like basically a lot of people's retirements just had gotten scooped up. So they were understandably pissed off. If China, and they're doing protests all over the place, despite the facial recognition, that this, that, and the other, they still protested their asses off. And it was dope to see. So anyway, if that happens in Hong Kong, but this is where it gets challenging, right? If Hong Kong becomes a, let's say Hong Kong literally separates itself from China, right? Which is a shocking thought. Like I said, they would instantly, quite quickly be labeled as like basically a terrorist country or something that would need to be dealt with. That's how they would frame it. There'd be a conflict. Like they can't really seemingly allow, a country to get out of this system, you know, because it's a threat to the system. And if it's not contained, it's a threat. So having a country that doesn't have a central bank, doesn't have digital currencies, yada, 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 that's what Gaddafi did. You know what they did to him. So that's why I'm saying we'd have to, like, a lot of people would have to wake up, you know, for this for there to be a positive outcome, which they are. I mean, we have already won. We may not know the exact method in how we are going to win and all that, but it is done that we have already won. That's how you got to think about it anyway. Hold on. Hold on. By the way, hold on a sec. Just so you guys know, right now, with all this stuff that's going on, Savannah holding, with all the stuff that's going on right now, happy Thanksgiving. We need to be detoxing. We need to be decalcifying our pineal glands. We need to be feeling like $1 million again and getting all the crazy toxins out of us that we're exposed to every day from the food, air, and water supply, which is so shocking. Today, for Chalk Fridays special, Chalk is giving away hundreds of dollars worth of freebies. The website is chalk.com. You go to chalk.com, you add any supplement to your cart, like the Shilajit. Shout out to Groovy. Groovy, I told you to come on over to Rumble, and you did. There you go. So listen to what Chalk's doing right now. They're giving away free $100 bags of the chocolate powder, the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia, which is super detoxing, delicious, decalcifying. It's an amazing superfood. That's free. $100 bag chocolate free. Also free minerals, which are bioavailable minerals, cold water extracted from a humic shale deposit in Utah that rebuilds your DNA, detoxes you, and boosts your brain function massively. The way the deal works is, if you go to chalk.com and you add any supplement to your cart or product to your cart, like the Chad Mode or the Shilajit, which is the #1 supplement for women, or the Chalk Daily, which is the #1 supplement for men, which we have all the clinical studies on there as well. I am Dada. I got to call this guy Dada. Or Dodo. Is that an A or an O? Looks like an A. I did. Well, I will. Hold on. I was doing that. Anyways, I just want to make this announcement because Chalk turned this deal on. They haven't done a deal like this in 4 years. It's a 60% off lifetime discount, which you can cancel or modify at any time. Your subscription, that is. And automatically, if you get a male or female stack, you're getting $150 worth of freebies and you're getting 60% off for life on your subscription. So for guys, for example, you go and get the Tomcat, which is in the male stack, that boosts free testosterone 87% in 21 days. Plus it increases sperm count, sperm motility, mental clarity, energy levels, muscle recovery, and muscle endurance. It's wildcrafted from Malaysia. For women, the Shilajit is clinically studied to optimize your endocrine system, boost fertility, stimulate the production of new brain cells. It's super detoxing. And if you're getting it 60% off, we're talking less than $1 a day to massively change your freaking life and bind to all the crazy chemicals we've been exposed to our entire the whole time we freaking incarnated in this world. Check out the site. It's chalk.com. Make sure you apply the discount code 60life, 60% off for life. And if you get a male or female stack, you get $150 worth of freebies. But if you get a single supplement, you get the $60 bottle of chalk minerals. I do recommend the Chad mode. You must try it because you're getting 60% off and it has organic blue spirulina in it, which binds to all kinds of free radicals and phthalates and excretes them out of the body. And it has organic caffeine that's cold water extracted from green coffee beans. So I highly recommend checking out the Chad mode on the site. It's freaking amazing. Just in, Airbus issues warning to travelers flying on Airbus planes. Analysis of a recent event involving an A320 family aircraft has revealed that intense solar radiation may corrupt data critical to the functioning of flight controls. Huh. I'm laughing at something else, but wow. So, fuck, man, flying, I don't know. But anyway, so back to Hong Kong. Yeah, we did talk about it. I mean, I don't know, man. We're going to find out if they're going to exactly revolt or not. At this point, they are saying that the people of Hong Kong are already taking to the streets and they're protesting, wanting to separate entirely from China. They don't want any Chinese influence in them. In fact, this is what a guy commented on my post. Now, English is not his first language, so some of it's a bit like butchered, but he says, for people who don't know the reason this happened, since corruption from mainland China has deeply affected Hong Kong, step by step, they are removing and replacing Hong Kong's unique features: neon lights, language, free speech, education, local people, corrupt government, open gate for Chinese to invade Hong Kong. Oh, He's saying that they're letting a bunch of Chinese people into Hong Kong, making it more like China rather than Hong Kong, which is its own unique thing. And now even our traditional building methods like bamboo scaffolding. The unsafe fire protection nets, the green net, from China companies have caused fires. Also, the foam board used for the window caused fire. But instead of apologizing, the government used the burn as an excuse to blame and replace our traditional bamboo building materials and sell their own metal building materials to Hong Kong. That's the crazy part. While corruption inside can earn money from not using the standard fire protection net, but the cheap one from China, which is flammable. I'm a Hong Konger and I love Hong Kong, but it breaks my heart to see Hong Kong being destroyed like this. That's crazy, eh? So situations are unfolding as we speak, really. But all I know is this: at the end of the day, with all the stuff that's going on, it's imperative that you center your consciousness. Oh, hold on a second. Candace Owens just tweeted that they have been signaling that a 9/11 style attack is coming the second week of December. Save this tweet. It will age well. I don't know if I would say something will age well when you're talking about like an attack, but I hear what she's saying. So, holy crap, eh? Hold on a second. Yeah, exactly, Savannah. Dude, Savannah, I didn't know how much your consciousness was already aware. Wow, silver at all-time highs. Holy cripers. Woo, woo. Keep going up. Listen, so the thing is, though, many people like to say that the toxins in the food, air, and water supply is because of incompetence, but we know that it's actually an intentional plan. Like it's not an accident. It's to weaken your consciousness and your vibrational frequency. That's why the only product or service that I promote or mention is natural superfoods from chalk, which detox you. So let's just make that clear. Now, 60% off for life is shocking, and free chocolate and chalk 7 wonders is also shocking. The discount code is right there. The website is there. We're going to be going live again later tonight. Hopefully, you can lock in this lifetime discount because I don't think they're going to run this tomorrow. I think they might even close this deal down before midnight. So if you're on the fence, you haven't tried chalk yet, go and browse the site and apply that discount code on some stuff. You're going to be freaking shocked. Savannah, make sure your live notifications are on. Same with you, Danny and Dada. All you guys, all right, make sure your notifications are on. We're going live in a little bit. I'll see you later tonight when we're developing more about this shocking story, okay? Much love, everyone. Thank you for joining. Make sure you use that discount code and DM me if you have any questions, all right?